Hey guys, Dr. Michael Lewis here. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Today we're going to talk about systemic candidiasis. Is it real? What is it? Should you be in the ICU? Hang out. Hey everybody, how are you? Dr. Michael Lewis here, CEO and founder of Willow Healing Center and Willow Medical Center in Woodland Hills, California, the only concierge doctor out here. What I wanted to talk to you today about is systemic candidiasis. That's right, you've heard it circling around the alternative medicine pools, people that are looking for alternative approaches, people that are disenchanted with Western medicine, people that are frustrated that they're feeling bad and no one has found the diagnosis. So a lot of companies and websites are saying, well, maybe this is systemic candidiasis. If you have fatigue, low energy, anxiety, depression, bloating, or gas, you may have systemic candidiasis. Well, guess what? You don't. Let me dispel that myth for you. If you have systemic candidiasis, you will be in the ICU. You will be hooked up to at least 3 to 5 IVs, have multiple antifungal medications, multiple pressors to bring up your blood pressure because you're likely suffering from septicemia on top of whatever else might have caused the septicemia or the systemic candidiasis. You see, Candida species is a yeast, and it's opportunistic, meaning when the immune system is shut down, whether it's from antibiotics or stress, or children under 2 or adults over 50 to 60, when their immune systems start to suppress. It's sad that it's over 50, right? But that's what they say. And the immune system starts to suppress a little bit. There's an opportunity for things like Candida, things that don't belong on the skin or in the mouth to any significant amount. They get the opportunity to make a new home in these areas while the immune system is not strong enough to fight, or there's not enough good bacteria to fend off an attack from Candida. Candida finds its way. So we see this in children or the adults or the elderly, people with HIV or other illnesses that depress the immune system, people on chemotherapy, where the immune system drops to a certain amount where they can't fight off things like Candida, and now we see it in the mouth. And oral mucosal candidiasis, and that's what we call thrush. And if you've had babies, you might have seen this before. Inside the mouth, under the tongue, on the cheeks, this little white film that finds its way. That is oral candidiasis. Now we also have cutaneous candidiasis, which we see what we call intertrigo, or within the triangles, in the armpits, in the neck, in the groin, anywhere where there's a little bit of fluid. You see, fluid goes to the top of the apex of these little triangles in our armpits, in our groin, underneath fat, underneath breasts, and fluid sits right there. Now, Candida species, the yeast species, loves moist environments, okay? So when fluid sits there for a long period of time, fluid and heat is the perfect breeding ground for things like Candida. And so we call that cutaneous candidiasis, or intertrigo, within the triangle. So that's another one. Women have to deal with vaginal yeast infections, yeast vaginitis, classically 90% due to Candida albicans, and then there's another percentage which is Candida glabrata, and this is really a microscopic diagnosis. And so with all, and once again, moisture and heat is the perfect environment for growth. Women tend to get this yeast infection in their vagina when they've maybe been on antibiotics and they've wiped away the good bacteria, the lactobacilli that lives within their vagina and cannot protect against the Candida, and all of a sudden you have a perfect breeding ground, not only heat and moisture, but now you don't have the good bacteria to protect. And so there's where we have yeast vaginitis, typically from Candida. It does not go into your system and cause bloating and gas. And I'm not saying avoid the symptoms. You know, if you have bloating and gas and other things, figure out what it is. Go see your doctor. Go see somebody and see if we can sort out what the problem is. But I'm telling you now, it's not yeast. It doesn't make sense, because you wouldn't be walking upright. You wouldn't be walking if in fact you had yeast, systemic candidiasis. So look, don't ignore the symptoms. Go get it checked out. Your symptoms are real. Get it checked out. If you suffer from anxiety and depression and fatigue, and look, take an inventory of yourself. Look inwards instead of outwards for your answers sometimes, and you might be surprised, and you might be able to find what you thought was systemic candidiasis or some other ailment, when in fact the issues lie within you. This is Dr. Michael Lewis. Hope you enjoyed the talk. You can reach out to me at drmike@willowhealingcenter.com or www.willowmedicalcenter.com. Be well.